Welcome you to the Stan Sheriff Center, the Hawaiian Tel FCU starting lineup. Scrolling at the bottom of your screen, there is a good look at the senior setter, the leader for USC, a Hawaii boy, Kamehameha Kapalama graduate Micah Christensen. He and the second-ranked USC Trojans off to a 7-0 start this year, their best start in 24 seasons. And they serve first, and it is Hendrik Mole, new to the rotation with some of the injuries for Hawaii, hitting it into the net. On the other side for the Rainbow Warriors, a 6-2 start. They're 3-1 in the MPSF. It's their best overall start since 2005, where they went 10-1 before realizing their second defeat. Robert Feathers serving for the second time, and this time he gives the point right back to Hawaii, and we are underway. Kanoa Lehia and Chris McLaughlin here courtside.
Watch for USC to pick on Henrik Mole, the new kid in the block right now. Fella trying to fill the shoes of Siki Zarkovic.
Siki Zarkovic suffering an ankle injury. He is out for this match. Brooks Sador with the serve. Most prolific ace server for Hawaii, but it is returned by USC, and it'll be a point for the Trojans. And you saw Micah Christensen on the assist. He is quite simply, Chris, one of the best setters in the world.
Yeah, he was a setter for the USA when they won the World League gold medal this year, worth $1 million. He passed up his portion to stay amateur.
Give that kill to Josh Kirkner, and meanwhile Hawaii returns the favor, courtesy Taylor Averill. So Siki Zarkovic out with the ankle injury. Davis Holt also suffering an ankle injury in the last match against Irvine. He is available according to head coach Charlie Wade.
I think we'll probably see him at some point tonight. He's the Hawaii's leading blocker as far as the stats go so far this year.
Kupono Fei with the serve. It's a delay middle set to Chris Orenik. And it'll be a Hawaii point as they put up the blockade. Taylor Averill in the middle of things.
When Hawaii was prepared for that one, the Bick out of the back row for Orenik, a prolific attacker who averages 3 kills per set for them. But Averill was ready, as was Henrik Mole.
So 3 serving 2. Here's Fei. Diving pass by Orenik. Outside set goes to Alex Slot, and he's able to tool the block to his advantage, and we're knotted again at 3.
Smart move by Slot there to tool the hands of Jennings Franciskovic.
And it will be Slot returning back to serve, a 6'4" junior from La Cañada, Flint Ridge. Tickles the tape. The pass by Mole. Middle set, Averill, and he drops a bomb here to put Hawaii up 1.
Willie Ferguson, the SC coach, said one of the keys for us tonight is try to figure out how to slow down Taylor Averill. He's just been a beast at the net, scores almost at will. Both nights against Irvine, he hit over 400. Having a phenomenal year, and his goal is he wants to play in Rio in the Olympics.
Third in the MPSF coming into this match in hitting percentage, the jump serve there. And it is a back row set to Robert Feathers, who's able to go off the block and out. So seesaw battle here early on. Now Andy Benish back behind the service line for the Trojans. USC 3-0 in the MPSF, sitting alone atop the conference standings. Benish slaps it over, two-handed by Fei. The dump over on the second touch by Jennings Franciskovic, and the 6'5" sophomore pulling that one out at the perfect time.
We haven't seen Jennings use that back dump shot much this year. Maybe this is only the second time. Certainly disguised it well. Caught SC a little bit off guard.
And for all the accolades that Micah Christensen has rightfully earned over the years as a 4-year starter, Franciskovic actually above him in MPSF rankings in assists per set. But right there's another assist for Christensen as Robert Feathers is able to find the deep corner.
Robert Feathers, what an amazing career he has had. Hit .453 in 2014. Monster number. He's hitting over 520 this year, and also leads them in blocking with 25.
Christensen tried to take something off and hits it into the net. So that's a point for Hawaii. Says he loves returning back to the islands. In fact, the team, because of their knowledge of this place, they made it a point. It's a rule when they land in Hawaii, they go straight from the airport to Rainbow's Drive-In, and they did that yesterday. The serve by Mole. Pass by Brooks Varney, and the middle set goes to Alex Slot, and he absolutely annihilates that one.
I'll tell you, if Slot gets hot, the Rainbows are in trouble because he can really bring it. A couple weeks ago against Northridge, he had 13 kills and 1 error, hit 600. So we can go for big numbers on any given night.
Averaging 2.71 kills per set coming in. Pass by Mole, tight to the net. One-hand set to Zach Radner. And Zach Radner introducing himself formally to the home crowd here in this match.
And Zach's been one of those guys who's patiently been waiting his turn, and there he just delivers. I think he touches one of the highest numbers on the team, over 11-6, I'm sure.
Slot blocked and roofed. Brooks Sador pumps the fist as he got the gist of that one. And Hawaii up 2.
Brooks Sador has been a very effective and efficient right side blocker for Hawaii. There you see Radner with the put down.
Radner is a big block of humanity. At 6'8", wide body. And that will be a touch at the net that the Hawaii coaching staff is up in arms about. They're going to give the kill to Robert Feathers, but Charlie Wade, he wants to make sure that he exhibits his disagreement. Bill Forrester, the top official, Dixon Chun on the floor, Darren Chun and Ryan Sakagawa, the 2 line judges. Feathers, perhaps a little athletic justice. At least that's how Charlie Wade will see it. A point for Hawaii.
Actually, Charlie Wade was just asking Bill Forrester if he saw the touch or was he relying on the lines people. You know, the great referees, I think, in the league are the ones who watch the ball all the time, make all the calls themselves, and only rely on the lines people when necessary.
Hot serve by Sador, pass Orenik, right side set goes to Josh Kirkner. And he's able to get the point for USC. Now, was there a touch here a couple of plays ago?
Let's take a look there. Oh, doesn't look like it.
And it looked like an out ball, barely on the back line.
You know what, though? Over the course of the night, all those calls are going to even out.
Here's Kirkner with the serve. Beautiful pass by Kobe Kanetake. Middle set, Averill took something off, was blocked, kept it alive. Now Faye from the outside, and it's a net violation called against the men of Troy. So a point for Hawaii.
He's going eyeball to eyeball against his cousin, Micah Christensen. Their moms are sisters, famous Kahuanui family.
That's right.
Grandfather Harry the Clown Kahuanui.
Pass by Slot on the face serve. Slot gets the set on the outside, and it's going to be a net violation on the Hawaii side this time. And they're going to get Taylor Averill with it.
Taylor Averill says that he only touched the bottom of the net. Remember, it's not a net violation unless you hit the top of the cable. Let's see if we can take a look and see if Taylor Averill hits the cable. Yes, yeah, you can, that's marginal. That's very close. That's almost, if I were refereeing that, I think I would call that underneath the top of the cable.
So 9 serving 10 here, Slot. Faye with the pass. Franciscovich goes high and away, and it is pounded home by Hendrik Mole, the 6'6" sophomore from Norway, who entered the match against UC Irvine, where Hawaii finally broke through against the Anteaters in the 4th set that time. Got a key ace to help Hawaii launch pad onto the victory.
And credit Franciscovich for a perfect set right in Mole's wheelhouse.
The crowd claps here for Averill's offering, and it is just long.
I like the fact that Hawaii's jump servers are taking some chances, hitting it pretty hard, trying to force some pressure on the USC passers. I think that's the key to them winning the match tonight, is getting Micah Christensen off the net.
Benish with the serve, two-handed by Mo. Middle set goes to Radner, and that's scooped up. Chance now for USC, and it'll be a point for the Trojans, as stuffing it down through the block was Josh Kirkner. Moved from the middle position to the opposite this year, and he has certainly taken well to that transition.
He really has. He's been playing middle his whole life and got converted just this year. 7th
tie here in this opening set. Sador, and it's going to be a net violation against USC. We've seen almost a handful of those already here in the opening stanza.
Both teams being very aggressive, trying for a lot of stuff blocking there. See if there's touching the top of the cable there.
So a little loose touch there by Feathers, returning to live action, and a little vengeance there for Feathers as he gets the kill.
SC runs a pretty fast offense.
Already 3 kills on 3 attempts, no errors
if you're
for
not
Feathers.
Ready, if you're not alert to the other side of the net, they'll just sizzle it right past you.
Here's Christensen. Tops on the team in aces with 14, make it 15. That was an absolute laser beam from the service line.
Remember, his first one was a jump float into the bottom of the net. He wasn't proud of that one. That was the real Micah Christensen right there. That's how he delivers it at the international level.
Says the difference between the international game that he experienced as a starter, the only collegian on the U.S. national team, and the college game, the sheer power and speed. Sador is blocked, swings over the net. Chance now for USC, and it is Feathers in the middle position this time, off the block and down.
Micah Christensen loves to set Feathers in the middle. Behind him, he'll run right past him, so the opposing middle blockers will follow the ball to the right side. Instead, Christensen sets it behind him and fakes middle blockers out all the time.
A 5-1 run being put together here by the Trojans. Christensen tried to take something off there and hit the net. What makes him so special, in your opinion, Chris?
First of all, he's got great hands. Second of all, he's got great feet. He gets to the ball, almost every ball, very quick. Third, he's just flat out athletic. Fourth, he's been playing volleyball for a long time, so his volleyball IQ is very high. Makes great decisions. How about that dig by Kanatake?
And here's Faye from the outside, and he benefits from the fantastic save by Kobe Kanatake.
Is that enough reasons why Christensen's good tonight?
It's a laundry list. We know that.
It is. And his cousin just got the better of the SC block just then.
Bill Ferguson, excuse me, Chris, in his 9th season, 3 trips to the NCAA championships, 2-time ABCA Coach of the Year. Feathers rejected by Zach Radner. And Hawaii gets to 15 first. A 3-0 run into the intermission of set number 1. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. Chris.
Well, for SC, I think they've got to attack the youth. Hawaii could have as many as 4 sophomores on the court at any one time, but especially whoever takes Zarkovic's place, Henrik Moll will get picked on tonight. And for Hawaii, they got to keep Micah off the net, put pressure on the serve, force SC passes about the 3-meter line or more, and they'll have a chance.
How about Zach Radner right before that timeout, getting his first solo block of the season for Hawaii, the sophomore who had 5 kills, coming in replacing the injured Davis Holt against UC Irvine, and making a statement here early on in front of the home fans. That serve by Moll clocked at about 64 miles per hour, but it misses long.
Well, Moll and Scott Harley are the only 2 players who've been clocked with their serve at over 70 miles an hour.
There's Chris Orenik to serve. That one clocked at about 64, and that's going to be a Hawaii side out with the serve going too long, and we'll have a substitution here as Radner will be replaced by Ryan Leung, 6'5" senior, transfer from Pepperdine, played his prep volleyball at Hawaii Baptist Academy, has the heavily taped left hand.
Shouldn't affect his jump serve. He uses all right hand here.
Pass there by Varney, and it's an overpass, and it falls smack dab in the middle of the Hawaii floor. And did you see the sort of feigned attempt at it by Micah Christensen there?
That's some smart play by Micah. Hawaii definitely got fooled there. Ryan Leung put up a great serve. Here's the overpass. There's the fake set. And Taylor Averill was thinking that Micah Christensen was going to intercept that ball and set it to the outside.
Feathers with the serve. Wily move by the senior setter Christensen. Chance for the Trojans. Middle set goes to Benish, and it'll be a point for Hawaii, as it'll be a lift called against Andy Benish, and Charlie Wade was up off the bench making sure that that was ultimately the ruling, and it was.
Oh, he's pretty much into this match. You can tell how intense Charlie is right now. He'd love nothing better than to upset this USC Trojan team.
No Siki Zarkovic. He's second in the MPSF in kills for Hawaii, but they have played competitively here so far in set one. Sador with the serve. Left side set goes to Slot, and he caught it fat. It misses wide. That's a shank. Hawaii with the point.
You don't see that very often, let me tell you, with a player like Slot.
So a 2-point advantage here for the Rainbow Warriors.
I'll tell you, Ferguson right there will call timeout if Hawaii gets the next point.
The long exhale by Brooks Sador. Here it comes. Into the net it goes. Team high 12 aces for Sador coming into this match. And now it's Josh Kirkner, the 6'6" junior from Sussex, Wisconsin, to slap it into play for the Trojans. Down a point. Huge juncture of this opening stanza. Pass by Kanetake, and it's an ace. He gave it an attempt, but Franciskovic had to lay out to try to get the second touch to no avail.
Great serve by Kirkner. He put a lot of heat on that ball. Kirkner playing opposite this year, as we said earlier, hitting .358 as an opposite.
Yeah, that's sixth,
pretty good number.
Sixth in the MPSF, in fact, in kill percentage. That was his 6th ace of the season. Good pass that time by Mole. Mole from the back row. That's popped up in the air by Varney. Bump set will go to Rennick, and that's going to wind up a point for the Rainbow Warriors.
Well, these two teams have showed how even they are. Both teams hitting over 400. Hawaii hitting 533, SC hitting 444. Those are huge numbers, but getting from 20 to 25 is the real challenge in this game.
Here's Slot from the outside, and he plugs it through that double block attempt of Averill and Franciskovic. So we're knotted at 19. Yeah, the last 5 points in the set, you can liken that to the last 5 yards on a football field when you're trying to get into the end zone.
Exactly.
The 13th tie of this opening stanza. Slot with the serve, pass by Faye, a beauty. Middle set, Averill smacking that one.
Well, they knew the ball was going to Averill. Andy Benish committing on Averill, going up with him. Watch Benish, 23's going up, knowing the ball's going to be set to him. On a good pass, there's a pretty good chance if Averill's in the front row, he's going to get the ball.
Entered the match second on the team in aces with 8. Pass by Varney. Christensen picks and chooses, goes high and away to Orenic, and he's able to find that hard angle to the side, and it's a point for USC to draw back even at 20.
Coach Ferguson calls Orenic the Julian Edelman of this team.
I think he's a Patriots fan. What do you think?
I think he is, because he calls Micah Christensen his Tom Brady.
Well, Radner caught that one fat. And it goes way out. Point for USC. And that's a wide serve. So a point for the Rainbow Warriors. Andy Benish sending that one out. And so now Jennings Franciskovic back behind the service line for Hawaii.
Jennings going away from his floater, going to his jump serve.
Right side set, and it's Feathers, and it's a point for USC as it was off the touch at the net. Feathers having a pretty solid first set here. That is kill number 5 for him on 7 attempts. Here's Christensen. What a pass by Mole. The delay to Faye from the back row trickles on the tape. Christensen clears the path, and he sets up Orenic, who hits it long. Well, the line judge signaled long. Now the officials are saying that there was a touch at the net, so it's a point for USC.
Of the 4 officials, only 1 saw the touch. Unfortunate for Hawaii there. Good luck for USC.
Yeah, it's going to be a timeout by Charlie Wade. USC up a deuce.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Warner Cable, is sponsored by Bank of Hawaii and Kaiser Permanente.
Welcome back. A 2-point advantage now for USC, and in rally scoring, this is so crucial. It was initially an out call by one line judge. It was a touch call by another, and the Trojans went into that last timeout with a 2-point advantage. Hawaii trying to cut it back to 1, and Brooks Sador is able to do it off the touch and out.
Hawaii's going to bounce back from that bit of disappointment there. And that's the way rally scoring goes. You know, you're either even or you're down 2 in a situation like that.
Now Hendrik Mole getting the start tonight with the all-important jump serve, and he curls it in for an ace. And we're tied at 23. And a timeout taken by Bill Ferguson, head coach for USC. Well, that's a response, is it not, Chris?
There you go. Hendrik Mole hit his last ball out, so he took a little bit off this one and sort of cut it back across court. That ball was plenty in as the SC players watched it fall to the floor. Great shot by Mole. He's starting to get the nerves and the jitters out of the way, I think, and certainly an ace will help with that nervousness.
Had that key ace in the 4th set against UC Irvine in that all-important win where Hawaii broke through, snapping an 11-match losing streak to the Anteaters, and maybe that's another key ace that will push Hawaii forward in this 1st set. Take a look at the series record now, sponsored by Aston Hotels and Resorts. Hawaii leading the all-time series 39-35. Last meeting, February 22nd, a sweet victory for USC. That was in LA. USC winning the series last season, sweeping it. Of course, those taking place in LA. The season before, though, Hawaii able to win the 2 matches that were played in the Stan Sheriff Center, and they were both marathon 5-set thrillers that Hawaii was able to pull out.
Yeah, that was a tough year for SC. They only won, I think, 6 times that year. And those are 2 disappointing losses. Hawaii's, you know, as Bill Ferguson said in the newspaper today, we're 3 points down. We walk into the Stan Sheriff Center. Yeah. That crowd's worth 3 points per set.
Charlie Wade saying, well, you know what? It would be a great time for you to give us those 3 points right now here with the score tied 23-0.
Yeah. Can we take the 3 whenever we want?
Hendrik Mole to serve.
Blocking substitution coming here. Scott Hartley's going to come in for Kupono Fei. Give Hawaii a little bit bigger block up front.
Hartley, a 6'5" senior, 5th-year senior from Encinitas, California. Good pass. Christensen goes right side, and a hammer by Chris Orenek. And it's a point for USC, and it'll be aloha ball for the Trojans here in the 1st set. And look at Orenek just blast this one right by Scott Hartley.
Orenek sort of had his way there, one-on-one situation. Orenek struggling up until that point. He was hitting 0, 2 kills, 2 errors. Now he's got a very important 24th point for the Trojans.
7 service aces on the season for Orenek. Redshirt sophomore from Manhattan Beach. And he sends it just long, and it's a point for Hawaii. We're going to play extras here in the 1st stanza.
Orenek's 2nd service error.
So now Zach Radner back to serve. I mean, the unlikely potential heroes here on the floor for Hawaii because of injuries, and it's Radner sending it into the twine. So once again, aloha ball for the Trojans, and they will bring in another Hawaii boy, Larry Tuileta, the freshman, out of Punahou, former teammate of Kupono Fei, and he will serve 4-set 1. Middle set, Averill says it shall not end just yet.
Now Hawaii gets their best server going behind the service line. Great pass up front. Remember I said the ball is being set to the net, and Averill's in the front row. There's a pretty good chance that he's going to get it. And even when the other team knows that and puts up a blocker, they still have trouble stopping him. Irvine couldn't. They're one of the best blocking teams in the country.
4 kills on 5 attempts, no errors for Averill. Here's Sador to serve. It's an ace! Timeout, Bill Ferguson, as Hawaii surges in front, the 5th lead change of this opening set.
Well, Brooks Sador just brings so much from behind the service line. He hits it so hard, first of all, and once in a while he'll turn his wrist to bring it cross court. A lot of the times he serves down the line, but this one he goes cross court, and nobody celebrates better than Brooks Sador.
No, it's a World Cup soccer level celebrations from Brooks Sador.
13 aces on the air, only 17 errors. He went the whole outrigger tournament without a service error, which is pretty amazing. 3 straight nights. That was amazing.
What is Hawaii doing well here? We mentioned Davis Holt hasn't yet played, ankle injury. He is available according to head coach Charlie Wade. Siki Zarkovic, their top offensive player, not playing tonight with an ankle injury. Why are they in this position here in the first set?
Well, I believe a lot of it has to do with Taylor Averill and their serving. And their blocking, they've got 3 blocks to SC's none. And it's made a big difference. But did you see what happened in exchange there on the bench with Milan Zarkovic and Brooks Sador, who's now got to serve? Zarkovic made him laugh, which I think is a great thing to do. A lot of people are nervous to talk to those kind of players, and they get tighter and tighter and tighter. Instead, Milan made Sador laugh. We'll see if it works right here. We'll see if he's can bring some heat here and get the ball in.
Well, if you do need a laugh, there's nobody better on that coaching staff than that guy right there. But yeah, it's sort of that old Joe Montana Super Bowl pointing out John Candy in the huddle type of thing. So we'll see what the mentality is right now for Brooks Sador. Aloha ball in the first for Hawaii, playing shorthanded against the unbeaten 2nd-ranked team in the country. Pass by Varney. Set goes right side, and it is Kirkner who's able to get the point for USC as he goes off the block and out.
Well, Hawaii guessed right that time. At least had 2 blockers up. Most of the night, they've only been able to get 1 blocker up. This Micah Christensen sets us an amazing offense. SC right now hitting 520. That's an amazing number.
How about Kirkner? 6 kills, 6 attempts, batting 1,000. The pass by Mole on the serve. Averill off the high hands, chased down by Varney. Christensen, quick middle back set to Benish, who finds the floor. That was a nifty setup there by Christensen.
Micah loves to do that. I thought he only did it with feathers, but it turns out he does it with Benish as well.
And a timeout by Charlie Wade as USC jumps ahead and all of a sudden has the advantage and will be serving for the first set after this break.
Well, 2 blockers up on Averill. They knew it was going to him on that good pass. And there's the back set. Averill wasn't fooled, but Benish did a nice job of working the ball around Averill.
Micah Christensen, with that international experience, of course, was a starter for the U.S. national team that won the FIVB World League gold medal last year. The only collegian on that roster, and head coach Bill Ferguson saying that they've had enough communication with the national team that they're trying to use the same language. They want to streamline his setting fundamentals and sort of the tactical aspect of it so that it's not he's hearing one thing from one side and then he goes back to USC and hears an entirely different language. Let's take a look at tonight's Jack Fact. The Jack Fact is, and then there were 2. Top-ranked Loyola Chicago and number 2 USC. Here tonight, the only 2 teams still undefeated in NCAA men's volleyball. Both squads are 7-0.
Well, back to your point about Bill Ferguson having the same language as the national team, I think it's a wise choice on his part. And he knows he's fortunate to have Micah this year. Micah, in August, was on a $1 million purse, part of a $1 million purse. I believe the players got between, I don't know, $70,000 and $80,000 apiece. He could have taken that money and turned pro right then. But I think he knows that he's got a great background. His parents have brought him up well. They said, son, get your education. He made the decision to come back to USC. He knows that after he graduates from USC that there are big dollars out there, 6-figure dollars overseas to play volleyball. So he's just got to be patient, and his money will come in due time.
Well, USC serving for this opening set. It's Kirkner. Pass by Mole. It's a beauty. Set high and away. Fay with the swing. Dug up by Orenik. Second touch by Slot, and it'll be a free opportunity for Hawaii. An overpass, though, by Kanetake. Chance now for the Trojans, and Orenik is able to seal the deal in set 1 for USC. A free opportunity for Hawaii lost as the Trojans take set 1 by 2, 28-26. But the Rainbow Warriors playing shorthanded, showing that they're out to compete here tonight at the Stan Sheriff Center.
OC Sports, presented on Oceanic Time Warner Cable, is sponsored by Straub and Hawaii Honda Dealers.
Welcome back. Well, it was a dramatic opening set. USC able to pull it out in the end, 28-26. And a couple of statistical anomalies that you pointed out during the break, Chris.
Well, SC out hitting Hawaii 556 to 417. But the other thing is, Hawaii only had one dig, a dig by Kanatake. SC had 8 digs. Those are 7 more opportunities as we take a look at. Oh, we got a Hawaii boy right there. Jason Kennedy, Marino 03 is the stat guy for the SC Trojans. Welcome home, Jason. But back to the anomalies. Mikey Christensen, who averages 10 assists per set, got 19 assists that set. And Franciscovich, who averages 10, got 9. So he was right on the number, but SC putting up some gaudy numbers that set and only winning 28-26. So I think they've got to be concerned that if Hawaii gets their game going, digs a few more balls, I think that they'll find themselves on the other end of the score.
Well, Hawaii staying in it in part because of 3 total team blocks compared to 0 for USC in that opening set. And you have to love the spirit and the fight in Hawaii despite being shorthanded. We've already mentioned Siki Zarkovic, their top hitter, out with an ankle injury. We did not see Davis Holt, their middle blocker, 6'9" senior, out of Marino in that opening set, also because of an ankle. He is available according to head coach Charlie Wade, and we will see if he does find the floor at some point. But there's a look at Zarkovic in street clothes tonight. Sador opening set number 2 with the serve, and it's Slot from the outside position. And it's going to be a net violation called against Hawaii, so it'll be a point for USC to get things going here in the second. We've seen quite a few of those here tonight.
Well, that was a strange one as we saw Slot go under the net and collide with Franciscovich.
A little bit of sportsmanship as both those guys shook each other's hands in between serves. As that serve by Kirkner goes into the twine. So Kupono Fei retreats back to serve, a civil environmental engineering major. And one heck of an athlete. Diving pass by Arenik. Christensen chases it down. Slot. The set was a little tight to the net. And it's going to be a point for Hawaii.
Ball went off Slot. He knows it. Solid block out there by Franciscovich.
So a 2-1 advantage here early on for the Rainbow Warriors. 4 service aces on the year for Fei. Pumps it long. We're not at it 2. USC preseason pick to finish 3rd in the MPSF. Pepperdine was the top pick, and Hawaii preseason picked 7th. But both these teams off to some very encouraging starts. Obviously, SC is unbeaten, but Hawaii 6-2, and looking pretty darn tough to deal with here in the onset of the season as Alex Slot sends it back Hawaii side.
Looks like Hawaii decided to stay with the same lineup, leaving Mole in at the outside for Zarkovic and getting Radner back there in the middle, not giving Davis Holt a shot yet.
Averill, that was a beauty. Pings the sideline for a Hawaii ace.
Hawaii's 3rd ace of the night. SC's got 2 aces. What was good about, I thought, about that particular serve was he's staying away from the libero.
Pass by Slot, quick outside set goes to Arenik, and he plays the block to his advantage.
The libero, Brooks Varney, is really a good passer. He's sort of like their coach in the court, trying to keep the ball away from him when they serve. Nice little cutback shot there by Orenek.
Varney is a communications major. It's probably a good thing to be when you have to communicate like a libero does.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Here's Benish. Kind of an awkward approach. Two-handed by Mold. Put over on the second touch by Franciskovic. Second time he's pulled that one out from under his sleeve.
You know, usually a setter will get away with that maybe once a match, but to have it happen twice in 2 sets, very unusual. Takes a lot of technique, a lot of skill, and a lot of guts.
Now he'll serve. Tickles the tape. Pass by Slot. The middle set is dug up. It was Feathers on the hit. Chance for Hawaii. Now Sador off the block. Right there is Varney. Chance for the Trojans. Outside, Orenek through the block and down. Orenek now up to 6 kills on 8 attempts, hitting .250.
Tell you, one of the things that Micah Christensen really does well is when the ball goes up in the air, when it's passed to him, he looks at the defense first, takes his eye off the ball, sees what the defense is doing, and then looks back to the ball and usually delivers it to the right area.
Floated it over. Fay with the pass. High outside set. Sador goes hard angle. And it's going to be a point for Hawaii off the USC touch. Well, the antenna rattled a little bit after this one. It looked as though the block may have scraped alongside the antenna. Either way you look at it, it's a point for Hawaii, up 2.
Sador with kill number 3.
Mole with the serve. Here's the high and away set. And it's put down. No, it'll be long. It's going to be a point for Hawaii. It was a celebration initially by USC after Kirkner slammed through it. But the reversal of the call, or at least the call went the other way, and Hawaii up 3. Pass by Varney on the Mole serve. Delayed middle set Slot. Pinballed around on Hawaii's side momentarily, but Kanetake couldn't trace it down.
The Slot is really good at hitting that big set, that back row quick. And Christensen is really good at setting it. They've got a very, very quick attack when they're in the system.
Here's Orenek. Also a very, very highly decorated beach volleyball player. And he sends it long. Yeah, you know, the depth for USC, we mentioned this in the open, Chris, the functional depth really on both sides, but head coach Bill Ferguson for USC saying we probably have more functional depth, as he referred to it, than we've ever had in the history of the USC program. Right side set, and it's Kirkner blocked back. Trojans keep it alive. Now Slot from the outside, dug up by Radner. Played off the net by Fay. And Hawaii just gets it over. Free chance for the Trojans. Christensen goes back row to Orenek. And it'll be a point for USC as it was touched, according to the line judge, by Radner, who tried his best to get out of the way.
Yeah, he made an attempt at it. Actually, it's coming up after this free ball by Sador. Here's where Radner's going to get in the way.
It was just a fingernail, if that.
Not much, yeah.
Serve by Feathers. Diving pass by Fay. Bump set Averill. It's Sador from off the net. Two-handed in the air by Christensen. Now right side it goes to Kirkner off the fingertips of the block. Dug up by Hawaii. It's Fay. And he gets stuffed. Eclipsed on that block by Benish and Kirkner.
Huge block. SC's first block of the night. They're just closing in. Forehands across. 6'6", 6'8". Huge block.
Feathers, and that one touches the end line. It's an ace and a point for SC, and we're tied at 8. A 3-0 run here for the Trojans. Pass by Mole, it's an overpass and a freebie for Slot as he puts the hammer into it, and USC jumps up 1. Now a 4-0 run, still no timeout from Charlie Way.
Feathers keeps going. I think it's going to be probably a wise idea to call a timeout and slow Feathers down. He's really on a roll right now. Or let him hit it into the net.
Hey.
Save your timeout.
Whatever works, and Hawaii gets the side back. And you see the breath of relief coming from Charlie Wade, as that was a long rotation there with feathers behind the service line. Now 9 serving 9 for Sador. Varney with the pass. Middle set. Benish is dug up by Sador. Goes off of the scoreboard. And it'll be a point for USC, ruled out. Now, if it goes onto the opposite side of the net after it touches the scoreboard, it is an out ball, but outside the antenna and the net pole, is that a play that can be returned by Hawaii?
I thought you could still play it. I'm a little bit befuddled by that call.
There was a lot of confusion on the Hawaii side.
Well, Charlie Wade's not arguing. He would be vehement, by the way, if it was the wrong call. So.
10 serving 9. High toss by Kirkner. Middle set, Averill off the block and down. So 10 serving 10. And getting back to the point about the functional depth of USC, they're so deep and they have so many effective hitters from pin to pin. Lucas Yoder, the MPSF and National Freshman of the Year last season, isn't even in the rotation. You won't even see him. Plays just 1 set so far this season.
He didn't even make the trip.
Back row set. That's Kirkner off the block, kept alive by Fay. Tight to the net. The save on the set, though, by Franciscovich, as he put it up there for Averill, who knew what to do with it.
And finally, Hawaii's starting to string together some digs, something that was lacking in the first set. Averill right there to take the ball away from Jennings and Franciscovich.
So 11 serving 10, 6 kills on 8 swings for Averill, still error-free, hitting .750. And it's Kupono Fay. With the serve, misses it wide. Well, that has been part of the discussion here in this week leading up to this match. In fact, this series against USC, is that Hawaii's going to have to serve tough, particularly with the absence of some of their key players in Davis Holt so far and Siki Zarkovic, if they're going to win.
Exactly. And you can see part of the serving strategy, serving down the line and cross court and not into the hands of Brooks Varney.
Mole got blocked back, gets a second try at it, dug up by Kirkner. Now it's a Rennick on the outside, off the block and out. Point for USC. Good scrambled plays on both sides of the net there. Ultimately, though, it was the Trojans that finished the deal.
An entertaining rally, to say the least. As you say, both sides scrambling. Love to see those scrambles and a little bit longer rallies. One of the knocks against men's volleyball is the rallies are over so quickly, and the women's are not.
Slot with the serve. Mole pops it up in the air. He'll get a set from Franciscovich from off the net, dug up by Slot. High and away it goes to Orenik. He's blocked, but it goes out, so it is a point for USC. Hawaii was up there waiting for him. Franciscovich and Averill in the area. But again, it's a point for USC.
3-point run now by the Trojans. Volleyball, as they say, is a game of streaks, and clearly both teams are streaking.
The crowd trying to urge the home team on. Here's Slot. Into the net it goes. Credit the crowd on that one.
Yeah, they love to have an effect in the match if they can. That's, to be sure, one of the great crowds in America.
So now Taylor Averill with the serve. 2-time MPSF Player of the Week, 1-time ABCA Player of the Week this season. 20th time that a Rainbow Warrior has received that honor, but he sends it long. So that's the risk reward, right, of trying to serve tough and trying to serve to score. Sometimes you're going to have to endure these cold streaks where you're seeing a lot of outballs.
Exactly. Averill's second error of the night.
That one tickles the tape off of the palm of Benish. Sador comes flying in from the back row, and he's able to work it through and down. Brooks Sador played for Dave Johnson at Grand Prairie Composite High School.
Small town, by the way. Grand Prairie, ever been there?
Never, no. I don't know if I've ever pinpointed it on a map, actually, Grand Prairie, Alberta, Canada. But
I think Brooks said it's a one stoplight town. Well, close to it.
They play some pretty good volleyball, apparently, because his head coach, Dave Johnson, is the winningest head coach in North America at the prep level. Orenik. Oh, my word. Did he put a hurting on that one? 15-13, USC. The arena still shaking. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the Mid-Pack Petroleum Leaderboard. 2015 MPSF hitting percentage leaders. We got the 3 top kill percentage guys in the MPSF in this match. Andy Benish for USC is #1. Robert Feathers, who has been putting together a 4-kill on 8 swing night so far. And Taylor Averill from Hawaii, he's got 6 kills on 8 swings. Benish, a couple of kills to his credit as well. But yeah, it just goes to show how these two teams have succeeded so far over the course of this early portion of the season. Mole with the little touch shot dug up by Varney, and from the outside, Orenik will be scooped up by Hawaii. So chance for the Rainbow Warriors. Here's Sador, and a net violation against SC.
Yeah, Josh Kirkner that time, I think, got caught up on the top of the cable, and or he hit the antenna. I'm not sure which one.
So now Mole once again to serve. 14 serving 15. Good pass by Orenik. Christensen goes delay, middle to slot. That's dug up by Kanetake, an absolute beauty. Now Sador blocked and roofed. Feathers able to turn it back.
You know, that ball did not get all the way out to Sador's right hand, so he took a little bit off it, knowing that if he tapped it into the block, it'll come right back and it'll be a very diggable ball. There's a dig by Kanetake. There's a set by Mole. Watch this. He hits it just sort of soft into the block. Should have been covered. It wasn't. Point SC.
Orenik with the serve, pass Fay. Right side, it's Sador. This time splits the blockers and is able to find the floor. What do you make of Hawaii's effort tonight?
Well, I'll tell you something. I believe they're picking up where they left off last Saturday night when they played against Irvine. That was one courageous match they played when they came back after losing 6 straight times to Irvine and come back to beat them on that, maybe that Friday night, I guess it was. It was pretty amazing. And I believe their mission tonight was to pick up right where they left off, and I think for the most part they're playing pretty well. You know, it's not easy when your star player is sitting on the bench with with a boot on.
Exactly.
And your other second middle, Davis Holt, is also on the bench. So it's provided some challenges for the Warriors, to be sure.
Ryan Leung went out, by the way, on that last serve. So here we go again, and it's Sador from the opposite position with the slam. Is the fact that Siki Zarkovic isn't out there, is that creating an aspect of unpredictability from Hawaii's standpoint that maybe USC's having an issue with?
Yeah, definitely an adjustment, because SC didn't know who was going to start, who was going to be in which position. Would it be Mole? Would it be Scott Hartley?
Overpass that time by Varney, but USC keeps it alive. Now Slot off the block, but it sails out.
So I think SC has done a decent job of scouting as they're going along and figuring out how they're going to come up with a game plan. They mostly spent most of the season, by the way, paying attention to their own side of the net.
Yeah, a lot more about reading and reacting, sort of stripped down pure level volleyball for USC tonight. Fay had to readjust, and it got punched down by Christensen. And it's a point for SC. They're up 3. And timeout signaled by Charlie Wade. We'll take a timeout as well. USC creating some separation in set 2.
Find the perfect gift for every occasion at Big Island Candies. Visit them in Hilo at Ala Moana Center or click on BigIslandCandies.com to view their entire collection and place your order today.
Welcome back. 3-point advantage for SC here in set 2. Already up 1-0. Out of the timeout, Kupono Fay through the block and down. And we saw a meeting of the cousins at the net just a sequence ago before the timeout. And in fact, they were going eye to eye again on the outside pin there as well, Faye and Christensen. Middle set, and it's Benish, and he knows what to do with it.
You know, Capoto in his own right has been in the national team pipeline, played in the junior national team this last summer. So it's in the blood, you could say.
2 state titles at Punahou. Micah Christensen, a state champion in volleyball and basketball his senior year at Kamehameha Kapalama. Diving pass by Kanetake, and it's Averill. Straight down to the Terraflex.
Taylor Averill continuing his hot hand. 7th kill in 9 tries. He gets up early, quick arm swing. Even the block knows he's going to be attacking it. Still tough to stop him.
And Averill Anvil. Pass by Orenik. Christensen will set him up on the outside off the fingertips of the block. Averill got a fist on it, but it'll be a point for the Trojans. Need tickets to an upcoming UH contest? Visit HawaiiAthletics.com, call 944-BOWS, or visit the Stan Sheriff Center box office. 3 easy ways to get your seats for exciting UH sports action. Assist number for Micah Christensen. Not fully through 2 sets yet. 31 in the match. Sador didn't get all of it, got enough of it.
I think he might have missed it. I don't think he was throwing an off-speed shot there. I think he took a full swing and just missed it. Turned out being a great shot.
Franciskovic to serve. 19 serving 21. And that one he sends just long. So the Trojans with the big advantage here at this juncture, up 3, sitting on 22, and their most formidable server back behind the line.
This is the toughest rotation for Hawaii right here when Micah Christensen is serving.
Tickles the tape, the pass by Mole. Franciskovic tracks it down to Sador, comes flying in, and he pulverizes that set.
Well, Micah Christensen put up a pretty good serve that caught some cable, slowed the ball down, and also threw it off. And Franciskovic does a nice job of chasing it down all the way across court. And Brooke Sador, the great celebrator, finds a way to sneak it inside that block. 9
kills now for Sador. Here's Mole. That one an overpass by Varney, so free chance for Hawaii. Right side, Sador, the dink! Punched up in the air by Kirkner. Now Orenik going hard angle opposite way, and he misses wide. Point for Hawaii. They're within 1, and a timeout taken by USC head coach Bill Ferguson.
A chink in the armor for Orenik. He scored 8. He had 8 straight kills going. Finally, actually he had 9. He had 10 straight kills going. Now he's got 12 kills, only 2 errors. Still hitting 667. His team is hitting 529. Those are monster numbers.
Hawaii not too bad on its side, for that matter. 413 overall.
They'll take 413 any night, I'll tell you. It's like a batting average in baseball.
Yeah.
If you hit 400, you're going to win a lot of batting titles, aren't you?
Yeah. USC hitting 323 as a team. That's 3rd in the MPSF. And allowing opponents to hit just 166. That's 2nd in the conference in opponents' kill percentage. So as a team, we mentioned that depth. They just know how to get it done. But the way they're constructed this year, you know, as you mentioned, the sort of analogy that Bill Ferguson has placed on this team, obviously a New England Patriots fan. He's been comparing all these players to various roster members of the Patriots, but he says it's true. We don't really have, aside from Micah Christensen, that superstar setter, we don't really have any really name brand signature superstars on the collegiate level, but we know how to get it done. They've bought into the system. They're as closely knit as a team that I've had since I've been here, talking from the standpoint of Bill Ferguson. Is it a team you think that's built to make a deep run, perhaps for a national championship this year?
Well, absolutely. I absolutely think that. But it's going to take continued focus, concentration, discipline, staying on task. And we've got a great sports psychologist that works with him, a good buddy of mine, Dr. Ken Revizza. Hopefully he's watching, and he's done a lot of great things with them, especially with their pre-serve routine. They're one of the better serving teams in the country, as we've noticed. But Hawaii has a great chance to creep right back into this.
Here's Mole. That's a good serve, but an even better pass that time by Slot, and it winds up with Feathers in the middle going off the touch and down.
And this is one of the things that I think Micah Christensen does best, is when the ball is passed off the net, like the 8 or 9 foot line, most centers will go to the outside pins. Instead, he'll fire it to the middle, having a lot of confidence in Robert Feathers, whom he's played with for 4 years. By the way, a lot of these players for SC have played for Bill Ferguson on the club level for 7 years.
Radner in the middle is dug up and unable to trace it down on the second touch. That time was Feathers, and there was some interference there. Feathers and Christensen kind of getting tangled up, looking to play it off of the net. So a point for Hawaii, and Radner again to serve. Gotta love Zach Radner. His father, his grandfather played in the NFL. He's kind of built that way, sort of a big body, but he sends it long, perhaps not knowing his own strength sometimes.
He missed his earlier serve into the net. That time I think he overcompensated. Hawaii's faced with having to pass the serve of Robert Feathers, who made a big run earlier this set.
That was key, as it's aloha ball now for USC in set 2. Feathers the serve, passed by Mole. Franciskovic goes out right side to Sador, and Sador able to find the alley. Right down Dole Street.
Notice that Sador is getting warmed up. He now is their ace server, their ace in the hole. Couldn't find a better guy to serve at 24-23.
They're hoping the ace in the hole is of literal connotation here. Pass by Varney. Christensen was right side. Kirkner through the block. Diving save, Kanetake. And it's going to be whistled dead. It's going to be a point for USC. A lift called against Hawaii. And USC takes set number 2. And now is up 2-0 in the match, and looking to bust out the brooms on the home team, Rainbow Warriors. Welcome back. Let's take a look at the McDonald's match statistics. Chris, what stands out to you?
Well, you take a look at the kill percentages. First thing that jumps out, both teams with very high percentages, about double their normal averages. And blocks about even. Digs, USC got 14, Hawaii 9. They had 8 of those digs were in set number 2. You see the service ace to error ratio is about even for both teams, but you get 2 deuce games, and you're going to see the stats are going to be about even as well. It's interesting to see how this next set goes, because I think that it looks like Hawaii is going to make a change in the lineup. It looks like Davis Holt's going to come in for Zach Radner to try to provide a little bit different look in the middle. But with the way SC's playing offense right now, it's pretty tough to stop them. Looks like Scott Hartley is also going to get the play. So 2 significant changes. We'll see if it makes a difference here in the 3rd set.
Well, 3 kills on 12 swings between Hendrik Mole and Zach Radner through those first 2 sets. So I guess seeing some of those statistics and wanting to see more production in those spots, Charlie Wade going to roll the dice now with Scott Hartley, the 5th-year senior, and Davis Holt did not play, injured the ankle against UC Irvine, didn't play in the last match, didn't play in the first 2 sets, but was said to be available according to Charlie Wade, so we see him out there here to start set number 3.
Oh, he's been the usual player in the starting lineup. Hartley's the only new kid in the block right now.
Hartley, a team guy, as he's described, has always just been behind some of the main cogs in the machine for Hawaii and hasn't really gotten his opportunity.
Unfortunately for him right now, he's starting out passing in the middle of the court. He's going up against Robert Feathers, who had a nice run there against Hawaii in that 2nd set.
So you're saying he'll be tested immediately?
And exactly. It's easy to target him right there. He's got a lot of territory to cover. Your block, when you're passing on the lines, not as much territory.
The serve, and it is Hartley, handles it well. Right side set to Sador. Off the block and down. A net violation against SC. It doesn't really matter. It's a point for Hawaii. So Hartley handling that service reception in a big way to start set 3.
Yeah, that was a huge confidence builder right there, believe me.
And here is Brooks Sador. Things slow down a little bit when Sador's back there to serve, until he makes contact. Just misses the end line. That one a little under 60 miles per hour as he took a little something off of it.
He's usually like a 65 mile per hour kind of server. And he serves first for Hawaii. Charlie Wade wants to give him as many opportunities as possible.
Probably a wise decision. Here's Kirkner. Pass by Kanetake. Middle set, Averill with a big swing, but a diving save by Orenik. Now Kirkner from the back row through the block. Pancake save, no. Franciskovic looked like he had slid the spatula underneath. But they'll say that there was contact with the floor, and it's a point for the Trojans.
Got to give a lot of credit to Christopher Orenik with that dig for USC. Hawaii could not do the same on their side. Jennings did a nice job of saying up, trying to convince the referee that he got it.
Hartley with the first touch. A bump set by Franciskovic, but Kupono-Fe is able to patch everything up on what was a bit of a scrambled transition. But how about Kupono-Fe laying the smackdown here?
And the back bump set from Franciskovic, a beauty. Kupono-Fe getting the last word. He'd love nothing more than to beat his cousin and the USC Trojans.
At this point, Hawaii just fighting to extend the match, down 2-0. Pass by Orenik. Back row, it goes to Kirkner, and it'll be off the block and out. Kirkner now with 8 kills on 13 attempts. Orenik is tops for USC. He has 11 kills on 15 swings, hitting .533. If you look to the other side for Hawaii, it's Brooks Sador, 11 kills on 17 swings. He's hitting .588. Taylor Averill, 7 kills on 10 swings, still error-free. They'd like to go to him a little more often if possible. Good pass that time by Hartley, and here is Averill, right on cue.
And SC knew he was going to get the set. They put 2 blockers up on him. Still, I don't think anybody got a hand on it. Not a back row player, nor a front row player. Taylor Averill continuing to put up big numbers.
Has been through so much when it comes to injury issues, knees, shoulders, torn labrums in past seasons.
Transferring universities.
Exactly. Middle set, it's Benish blocked and roofed. Davis Holt, welcome to the match, my friend.
Well, Davis Holt does have the best blocking numbers, a little over a block per set on the Warriors. You see with 3 solos and 26 block assists, 29 altogether.
Yeah, second on the team in total blocks coming into tonight, making an immediate impact. 4 serving 3. Averill making an impact with the twine that time, and we're knotted up at 4.
Averill's 3rd service error.
So now Benish, a freshman All-American first-teamer last year, led USC regulars in hitting percentage and blocks as a frosh. Here's Holt. Davis Holt lighting it up here to get set number 3 underway.
And credit Colby Kanetake that time for putting up a great pass right up to the net where Franciskovic could put that ball right in Davis Holt's wheelhouse.
Looks like the ankle is okay so far. Franciskovic, tough serve. It's going to be Kirkner from the back row, and he's still able to make it work. Kirkner has been the hot hand here in set 3 so far for the Trojans.
Wow, what a shot. There's the back bump set by Christensen. Kirkner attacking it from about the 12-foot line, putting a lot of heat on it.
So now Christensen to serve. Wow. That was at 67 miles an hour. Hartley is roofed. He had big Robert Feathers at 6'8", up in the middle, and wasn't letting it by.
You call him Big Bob. He came in this fall in the best shape of any USC player Billy Ferguson has ever coached. He also won an All-American award from the strength and conditioning in 2013. I didn't know they gave those awards.
Overpass by Hartley and a big swing by Orenik, and USC stringing together some points with Christensen at the service line.
3-point run by the Trojans.
And again, it is Hartley who is being targeted by Christensen. This time it's Kanetake handling the pass. Outside, Sador through the block and down.
Christensen that time serving at 68.5 miles per hour. That is one tough serve to handle.
I mean, that's tough for us to just see from our position. Forget being Kobe Kanetake trying to formulate a pass. Here's Hartley to serve. Took something off. Caught slot high on the arms. Now Arenik through the block and down.
Hawaii's putting better pressure on the USC passers now, forcing the ball off the net, so Micah Christensen can't set the middle as much. But their outside hitters, the pin attackers, are really playing efficient volleyball. Again, team hitting .508.
Arenik. Here's Fay. That's dug up by Varney. Christensen will go to slot on the outside, and Davis Holt smothers it up. Brooks Sador also up there with him.
Good solid block that time by Hawaii. Pick up their 4th block of the night. They had 3 in the first set, none in the second.
And from the back row, it's Arenik who just got a couple of fingertips on it and pushed it high over the block and down. But what a lift Davis Holt has provided for Hawaii here along that net in the early goings of this 3rd set. Still, it is the men of Troy up by 2.
And Davis is really playing with a lot of energy. Seems very excited to be back in the lineup.
Feathers with the service error. And here is Brooks Sador now for Hawaii. Tightly contested match so far. But it's been Hawaii coming up short in each of the first 2 sets. But Brooks Sador knots things up at 9 as he deals an ace out of the deck.
Brooks Sador, he is the ace man. He's the guy who probably scores more points from behind the service line than any other Warrior.
And that's the Fujitsu air conditioning cool play of the match.
That was pretty cool, wasn't it? The bottom just dropped out there, a nice top spin on the ball.
Well, he just keeps it cool from behind the service line. Slot with the dink, saved by Sador. Franciscovich sets up Fay. Fading away, it's dug up over the net and out by Christensen. Point for Hawaii, and they are up 1 here in the 3rd.
It all starts from the serving of Brooks Sador. Check out the pancake or pop-up by Sador. Unavailable to attack, so they go to Fay. And Fay delivers. Great swing by Kupono.
5 kills for Fay.
He ended up starting in the junior national team this summer when they traveled to South America.
Actually, make that 6 kills for Fay on 11 swings. So Hawaii up 1, and here's Sador with the long exhale. Good serve once again. Christensen, though, sets up slot on the outside. Hartley able to pop it up. Kanetake bump set to Sador from the back row, but he hits it long. And it's a point for the Trojans.
Well, he took the right shot. Both blockers were up. He knew both blockers were up. He knew both blockers were big, so he tried to go high hands and just went a little too high. But high hands was the shot.
Now Kirkner. Good pass by Hartley. Fay is roofed. A solo block by his cousin, Christensen.
Now that time, Averill was used as a decoy, giving Fay a one-on-one on the outside. Notice no trash talking there. Kissing cousins.
Yeah. They'll be chatting it up at the end of the match. Right now they're competitors. That one misses wide, and we're tied again, this time at 11. But that is yet another facet of Micah Christensen's game that makes him so valuable. And we made the comparison in the Open. He's kind of like the Marcus Mariota of men's college volleyball, you know, that whole Hawaii pipeline, and really the best in the biz at his position. But right now it's his cousin Kupono Fay who gets to celebrate for the moment after the ace.
You know, whenever Kupono has been blocked tonight, he's come back with either a really good kill or a service ace, just like that.
Continuing to grow and develop, just a sophomore. But you really like the way he has matured here, not only from last year to this year, but even throughout the first 8 matches of this season.
Yeah, he really is. You know, he really grew up over the summer, I think, when he got to play internationally on the junior national team. He not only made a very difficult team to make, but he ended up starting for that team. So he got to play volleyball at the highest, next to highest level.
12-7-11, pass by Slot. It's an overpass. Averill with the freebie. And it's a point for Hawaii. They're up 2.
Kupono-Fei going on a run here. He's got his serve working. He loves serving that ball down the line, going right at Slot. We'll see if he goes to Slot again.
He does. Slot pops it straight up in the air. Now Kirkner from the back row. And it's going to be a point for USC as that one bounced right in front of Kanetake.
Well, you never know that Kirkner was a middle blocker all of his life, because he's playing like a natural-born opposite.
He was a 2012 Fab 50 ranked player, despite his Hamilton High School in Wisconsin not fielding a volleyball team. It was all through the club circuit that he was able to make a name for himself. Good pass by Hartley. Middle set, Averill laying the smackdown.
Again, 2 blockers up, and Averill still wins the battle. Still without a hitting error tonight. 9 kills, no errors. Hitting a mere 750. Make that 10 kills, hitting 769. Wow, those are big numbers.
He's something pretty special for this Rainbow Warrior team. And here's the serve. Pass by Arenek. Christensen, the dump over. Right there to dig it was Averill. Free chance now for the Trojans. Christensen, middle set to Benish. Dug up by Fei. Here's Hartley. Blocked. It goes off of his dome and out. So it winds up as a roof and a point for USC.
Great rally. Both sides know how important each touch is. Amazing intensity and concentration on that floor right now.
Benish with the serve. Kanetake the pass. Franciscovich to Sador. Down the line and in. Brooks Sador having himself an evening here at the Stan Sheriff Center. Hawaii first to 15 in the 3rd. Timeout on the floor. Brooks Sador putting Hawaii up. Welcome back. Let's go inside the numbers presented by Levitt, Yamane, and Soldner. 543, that's USC's hitting percentage versus Cal State Northridge or CSUN on Friday. 44 kills, 6 errors on 70 swings. Tonight, they're hitting 470. So the heat has carried over on the trip out to the middle of the Pacific. In fact, they were above 500 for a good portion of this match.
Yeah, they just recently dropped below to 470. Huge numbers.
And out of the timeout, Franciscovich pumps it wide.
You know, Jennings has been serving that jump float all year long, location serving. And Charlie Wade said, you know, against the Trojans, let's break out your jumper, throw a little curveball at him.
Here's Christensen, took something off, tickled the tape, sliding it on his knees, the pass by Kanetake, and the set to Sador to finish what was an absolutely cool sequence, thanks to Kanetake.
Yeah, notice how Kanetake goes to his knees, and the ball hits the tape, goes to his knees to make sure he gets his platform low enough to keep the ball on his own side of the net. Great play.
Slid about 8 feet on those knee pads. Hartley, that's a good serve, but an even better pass by Varney. Middle set, feathers, dug up by Franciscovich. Kanetake bump set to Fei off the fingertips of the block. Sador with the free swing, and he puts it down, and it's a point for the Rainbow Warriors. They're up 3. 15 kills for Brooks Sador.
Great dig by Jennings and Franciscovich to start things off, and a great bump set for Kanetake. Hawaii on a little mini roll right now.
And back behind the service line, Scott Hartley. Again, the 5th-year senior has been waiting in the wings. Just 2 starts in his career. A former, and in fact, the rumor has it that he's still an Abercrombie & Fitch model. There's so few of us out there. Here's the delay set in the middle, and it's Slot, and he puts an end to that Hawaii run.
Wait, are the people at home laughing? Or
15 serving 7.
So
USC with the point.
Oh my goodness.
What? Did I say something? What? Here's Arenik.
Great pass from Hartley.
Sador. He is on fire here in the third.
And credit Scott Hartley for passing a very tough serve. Put it right on the money. I tell you, Jennings knows where his bread is buttered. Sador. Sador and more Sador.
Why not?
He's really good. He's just hot right now. Why not just keep setting him? 16 kills, hitting .609.
Hendrik Mole coming in with the serve. Pass by Slot. Right side. It's Feathers. Make that Kirkner. USC keeps it alive. It's Feathers in the middle. And he's able to get it down. It was Hartley who had the first touch, but was unable to formulate a save.
Might have been an out ball. Looked like Feathers had gotten handcuffed there. I thought the ball was going out. Hartley got in the way.
So Mole comes out. And it's USC to serve. And it's Robert Feathers, one of 3 players from Loyola High School on this USC roster. Good pass by Hartley again. Sador comes flying in, right down Dole Street. It's another kill for Hawaii, and they're up 3.
Brooks Sador right now, really in the groove. He's in his zone almost. He's playing so fluidly. Now he's back to serve, as only he can do.
17 kills for Brooks Sador. How Varney popped that one up, I'll never know. Arenik sends it over. Free chance essentially for Hawaii. It's Hartley coming flying in. Finds the deep corner. Hawaii up 4, and they're first to 20 here in the third. A timeout for the USC Trojans. A patchwork quilt of a lineup for Hawaii tonight, and they're up 4. Let's check out how it works, presented by Central Pacific Bank. Chris.
Well, here's how it works. When Taylor Averill draws so much attention, he opens things up for Hawaii's offense. 2 blockers go up. Scott Hartley comes out of the back row. And SC's defense was in a let's dig Taylor Averill. They weren't even thinking about Scott Hartley, the new sub in the lineup. And they all get caught a little flat-footed, and that's how it works when Taylor Averill is hot and Scott Hartley delivers.
Sador with the serve out of the timeout. Here's Slot from the outside, and he put a little hot pepper on that one.
Alex Slot picks up kill number 10. There's 3 players in double figures in kills for SC. Arenik with 14, Slot with 10, and Kirkner with 10.
And speaking of Kirkner, back to serve. Hartley with the pass. Tight to the net, middle set. Averill off the hands and out. Point for Hawaii. And the Rainbow Warriors in great position here in the third.
And, you know, Kirkner is a great jump server. He plays out of the back row, so he knows how to take those deep court swings. Put up a good serve there. Picking on Scotty Hartley again. Scott delivered. Perfect pass, and Averill gets the final kill.
Bonafé. And it's an overpass. Hartley with the free swing, dug up by Slot. Bump set will go to Slot from off the net. There's Sador. Franciscovich out to Hartley. And he sends that one into the crowd. Look out.
I think he was trying to make up for the overpass that he didn't put down. He was going to make up for it and bury that ball. Should he touch them all? I don't know.
It may have been outside the foul pole. I think that would be the only concern at this point. But it was deep. 18 serving 21. Here's Slot. Hartley with the pass. Franciscovich to Averill off the fingertips, sliding in and saving it is Varney. On the outside, it's Arenik. And he puts it down. SC back within 2.
I think Hawaii's going to call a timeout here and slow things down. And they are. Charlie Wade's calling a timeout.
Hawaii in a golden position, up 4, 21-17, with a chance to extend this match. Right now it is down to a mere 2-point advantage in this timeout. Let's check in with Ryan Suji. Ryan.
Thanks, guys. Well, someone who's very familiar with this men's volleyball team, former associate coach for the men's team, and now with the women's team, Jeff Hall. Jeff, what is it like going from the sidelines to the stands now?
This is painful. I mean, I would love to be out there helping these guys. You know, I've been with these guys for many years, and it's just kind of helpless, actually. But, you know, I'm rooting for them. I hope they can pull this one out.
You know, not a lot of time to ease into your new position. We heard you on the road already. Give us an update. How has the first couple of weeks been with the Wahine?
Overwhelming, you know, but really good. You know, I'm very happy to get settled in and start to go on the recruiting trail because, like you know, recruiting is everything, right? So I'm trying to get into it. And then we practice every day for the Santa Girls. So it's been overwhelming, but I love it.
And final question, the Wahine got an interesting thing coming in the spring. You guys will have an opportunity to get you tested right away. Talk to us about who you're expected to play in the spring exhibition.
Well, to be honest, I really don't know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't know who we're going to really play. We haven't indoor practices.
Okay.
So for me, when we start practicing, probably in about 2 weeks, I'll get a better feel for who's going to be the persons, what's the lineup, how are we going to attack this team.
But who are you? You guys are going to be taking on Nebraska?
Texas, a great team, obviously, every year. We hope to take them down, though, when they come here.
Right. Well, Jeff Hall, thank you very much. Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Ryan. Still waiting on some of the coaching staff moves to become official on the men's side. Of course, it's a process here at the University of Hawaii. We are well aware of that. But getting back to the match, USC back within 2, and it is Alex Slott with the serve. Cuts the cord. The pass by Kanetake. It's Sador from the back row. Up the ladder and down the chute it goes. Hawaii up 3 again.
That was a huge, huge point for Hawaii to slow down the SC run.
Brooks Sador now with 18 kills. That's 1 off of his season high. Averill. Pass by Arenik. Arenik will get the set on the outside. He's blocked by Jennings Franciscovich. Timeout Trojans. Franciscovich entering the match 3rd on the team in total blocks, and he came through with a biggie right there, Chris.
Well, Jennings is one of the better blockers in the team, actually. He's an end blocker, very disciplined, rarely gets caught up in the net. He can has a good solid standing jump, penetrates well over the net, has good hands. So no surprise there that he picked up that block.
Again, Hawaii short-handed this evening with the injuries, particularly to Siki Zarkovic, who is in street clothes tonight, just watching everything play out. But you have to appreciate the effort of this team, putting unlikely suspects into the rotation. And in many instances, they've been able to make plays. And right now in position to extend this match if they can put together 2 more points.
You know, they'll be probably the toughest 2 points of the night. They know how good USC is. They know how SC can come back. They know that SC in this particular set are sliding out at a 75% clip or so, 71%. So it's going to be tough 2 points to get, but they're feeling. I really like the way that Jennings Franciscovich is finding the hot players, especially Brooks Sador. You know, when you got a hot hand and he's fresh and he wants it, why not deliver to him?
Yeah, I mean, you had Hendrik Mole out there, got the start of the match, 1 kill on 8 swings. You got opportunities for a few other players like Hartley, 1 kill on 5 swings. But it seems as though in this 3rd set, Franciscovich has decided it's Sador and Averill, maybe some Kupono-Fe all day.
And why not go to the 2 All-Americans? Then Kupono's been playing solid as well.
Pass by Slot. And Arenik is blocked back. Arenik will get a second crack at it, and this time cracks it off the block and out.
I thought that first one was stuffed down to the floor. Instead, it was nicely covered by the SC defense. Take a look at this first block. Looks like Jennings Franciscovich put it straight down, but instead there's Brooks Barney.
And the middle set to Holt. Whiffed on it, but did he get the bumps, the pass over the net? They're going to say that Holt actually got a slight piece of the ball on his swing, and so it would be a double hit. But if he had whiffed on it and bumped it over, the play should still be going. But the top official, Bill Forrester, saying that he did get a piece of it on the way up on the set. Here's Holt again in the middle, blocked back. Chance for Hawaii. Bump set goes to Hartley over the double block. One-hand diving save by Slot. And it's going to be a point for Hawaii on a double hit on the USC side.
Good swing by Scott Hartley to make that rally difficult for USC. That last ball was tough to put up, but it was caused by Hartley's velocity.
So aloha ball for Hawaii in the third, looking to extend this match, avoid the sweep defeat here on its home floor. Hey, the last time USC came to the Islands, they played 2 5-setters. So maybe we're looking at the possibility of another one here if Hawaii can at least close this third out. And it's Kirkner who decides to extend this third set a little further.
Kirkner continues to put up efficient numbers. His 11th kill. Quick splits the block. 17 tries, hitting .588.
Timeout by Charlie Wade. What do you make of the timeout call here? 22 serving 24 on the other side of this.
I think it's a great call. I think for Charlie Wade to get his defense lined up here and get the next play rolling, figure out who they're going to set. I believe Taylor Averill's not in, Davis Holt's in the front, so watch for Brooks Sador possibly to get this next set. But it all depends on the pass. If Hawaii's in system, I can see him go to Davis Holt, surprising USC. I also see him using Davis Holt as a decoy and setting the ball to the pins or finding Sador wherever he is, because he's got the hot hand.
You got to look at Bill Ferguson in the other huddle for USC. Mentioned a 2-time ABCA Coach of the Year. But one of the more important statistics in support of his tenure is the fact that he holds an 11-6 record against crosstown rival UCLA. If you do nothing else, if you're at USC, make sure you beat the other LA team.
Yeah, but they've been to 3 NCAA championships. They've won the MPSF twice. He was the MPSF Coach of the Year in 2011. 2 times he was ABCA National Coach of the Year in 2009, 2012. So he's had a nice run at USC, but he would sure love a national championship. That's one thing that's eluding him right now. And he thinks this team is good enough to do it.
First of 2 matches between these 2 squads. Next one will go down Friday in this building. Hawaii 1 point away from sending this one to a 4th, but it is Micah Christensen behind the service line. A laser beam, 67 miles an hour. Second touch saved out of the crowd by Sador, and a free ball sent SC's way. Right side, here's Kirkner, and that is down to the Terraflex, and that is a point for USC. They're within 1.
I was amazed at how hard Micah Christensen hit that serve after the timeout. Had he missed it, it would have been game over, go on to the 4th set. But he just brought all the heat. Let's see if he brings the heat again.
4-1 run here for SC. Into the net, and that's how this third set ends. Hey, you called it, Chris. Getting those last 2 points would serve to be difficult, and it sure was a squeeze for the Rainbow Warriors. But in the end, they get it done. 25-23. We're going to a 4th here at the Stan Sheriff Center. Well, Brooks Sador, a huge reason why this match is going to a 4th set. 18 kills on the night, hitting .615, but he lit things on fire in that third, Chris.
He really did, and he's got 2 aces on the night. Always brings it from the back line. Front row, back row, super Canuck, and here's Jennings Franciscovich. He's had a good night of setting. They're right there, a little back dump shot, tricky little shot. Twice he's done that tonight, and there he picks up a block. This is his best block of the night there, right there. And he'd love to have a few more of those in this 4th set. Why don't you explain how close, for those people who just joined us after 2 hours, tell us how close these 2 teams are.
The number 2 team in the country and the number 6 team in the country, USC, Hawaii, respectively, are separated by a net 2 points. 28-26 USC in the first, 25-23 Trojans in the second, 25-23 Hawaii in the third. So yeah, it comes down to 2 points. I mean, that's just men's college volleyball for you right there, huh?
Yeah, it really is. There's a lot of parity. And the fans here on a Wednesday night, actually, I think are pretty active, pretty vocal. They might have been reading the papers what Bill Ferguson said about the 3 points. That they're worth 3 points. They're pretty loud for a Wednesday night crowd.
Saw Michael Christensen with the assist totals, 45.
That's 15%. He normally averages 10%. So he's bumped up his game considerably.
Yeah, his season high in assists, he's done it twice, 52. So chances are he's going to fly past that here as Brooks Sador gets set number 4 underway. The pass by Varney, tight to the net, put down by Faye. And it's a point for Hawaii to get set number 3 underway.
A rare error from Brooks Varney. He's been rock solid for this SC team. Fab 50 player out of Miracosta High School, the volleyball factory of Southern California, along with Loyola and others.
Yeah, Miracosta, Loyola, this roster for USC painted with alums from those programs. Kirchner off the block, chased down by Sador on the second touch, but to no avail. Tell you what, Brooks Sador, the emotion that he plays with, I mean, when he celebrates, it's epic. And right there, after almost coming up with that second save, I mean, he let out a roar that you could hear from across the court.
Through our headsets.
Kirchner. Franciskovic on the second touch. Hey, third time, a charm again. Third time he's busted that out.
He's making wise decisions on those close sets to the net. Going to his hitters when necessary and going to himself, calling his own number when appropriate.
2 serving 1. Here's Kupono Faye. Diving pass by Orenik, and it's Hartley who gets the free chance to put it down, and he does.
Some chink in the SC. The chink in the SC passing armor right now. Overpasses the last 2 passes.
Christensen will go quick middle to Benish, and the block was up. Taylor Averill in the center of things, denying access.
Scott Hartley there to help him, but Averill got most of it. Averill been a little quiet from the blocking tonight. That time looked pretty solid. He's had two block assists tonight.
4 serving 1. Pass by Slot. He'll get the set on the outside. Diving save, Kanetake. It's Sador from the back row against a triple block, and he's roofed.
Not sure that was his best shot to go into the meat of that triple block. I think he wishes if he were to have that one over again, I guarantee you he wouldn't have just blasted it through. He would have gone to one of the corners or even a tip shot.
Here's Slot. Kanetake, that's a beauty. Sador from the back row, took something off. Missed it wide. Point SC, and they're within 1. I mean, it's been that kind of a match throughout, as we are now here in set number 4.
Only Sador's 3rd error of the night on 28 swings. Still hitting .536.
Faye with the pass. Middle set, Averill. Averill still error-free.
12 kills and 16 tries, hitting .750. Thank you very much.
Wants to one day play for the Olympic team. Think he's got a shot?
Yeah, he's looking like an Olympic player tonight, isn't he?
Busts out a great serve, overpass, and Davis Holt places it down. Thank you very much. The Marinol alum in 2010, the 6'9" senior, making an immediate impact when he entered the match in the 3rd, and it's continued here in the 4th. Hawaii up 3.
So Hawaii hit .429 there in the 3rd. That's about 100 points above their normal.
Averill sends it long, and it'll be 4 serving 6.
You know, one of the things about Averill that when you ask about his Olympic aspirations is that I think he's shown his work ethic big time when he had his shoulder surgery, and he's come back almost stronger than before the surgery.
Here's Hartley. Oh, he had to hang in the air for a little bit. Got blocked back by Christensen. Now Sador for Hawaii. Took something off. Passed up in the air by Kirkner. Bump set will go middle of the floor. It's going to be a free chance for Hawaii. Franciscovich. Back row to Fay. That's dug up over the net and out. Point for Hawaii. They're back up 3.
You get the feeling there's some bragging rights going on around here between the cousins.
I mean, they have a day off in between the matches, so that's a day for some of that dialogue to continue.
I mean, they've both just upped their games, playing well in front of the home crowd.
An ace, Franciscovich. Hawaii has turned it on. This is their largest lead of this 4th set.
Watch for Bill Ferguson to call an early timeout.
Has not done so yet. It will be Franciscovich again. Christensen goes back row to Kirkner. Oh, he got a whole lot of that one.
No block up. Poor Colby Kanataki there. Just having to defend himself, putting his hands up in front of his face going, oh my goodness, here comes Kirkner again. 4th
kill, or I should say 14th kill for him. And here's Christensen. Kanetake with the pass. Fay. And that got a piece of Varney. It's going to be a point for Hawaii. Kupono Fay packing a punch.
Boy, he is getting warm, and Franciscovich can feel it. He's going to him every chance he can right now. Coming out of the back row, hitting the back row quick.
9 kills for Fay. And that's an ace. Scott Hartley. Hawaii has SC doubled up here in the 4th, and a timeout taken by Trojans head coach Bill Ferguson. The Rainbow Warriors thinking 5. This was an interesting time in my life.
For those who just joined us, Scott Hartley used to work for Abercrombie & Fitch, or he may still do some work, and Kanoa said, oh yeah, I didn't know that that many people knew that I work for them as well.
Yeah, there's so few of us out there. Here's the middle set. And Feathers is dug up. Little pinball action. Hawaii's still with it. Now Fay. Dug up by Varney. Christensen goes to Orenik, and he plays the block for an SC point.
SC came fighting out of that timeout. They wanted this battle. They did not want to go down 11-5.
17 kills now for Chris Orenik.
Orenik and Sador putting on the show for each side, kill leaders.
6 serving 10. Pass by Hartley. Middle set, and it's Holt. Does it again. Tweaked his ankle in the UC Irvine match. Had to leave that match. That's when Zach Radner, who got the start at the middle position tonight, that's when he came in, was effective. But it has been Davis Holt since the start of set number 3, and he's done well. Right side, it's Kirkner. Got it by the block.
Well, Kirkner has been so effective, rarely makes an error. It's his 15th kill, only 1 error. He's hitting .667. These are monster numbers. SC hitting .460, Hawaii hitting .418.
This is high-level volleyball right here. Are you surprised that Hawaii has been able to put this effort forth with the absence of Siki Zarkovic in the lineup?
Yeah, when you lose your most productive player, your most prolific attacker, you know, you're gonna sense some drop-off for sure, but clearly Hawaii has stepped it up.
Christensen will go right side. Here's Kirkner over the block, dug up by Hartley. Franciscovich sets up Hartley from the back row against the triple block, and it didn't matter.
There's a confidence booster for Scott Hartley. He makes a great dig, and he gets the ball back from Franciscovich. Wow, Scott Hartley's got to be in heaven right now, finally getting his chance as a redshirt senior.
Been a long time coming. Already a season high in kills for him as the serve goes into the net by Sador.
To follow up your question on am I surprised about Hawaii's performance? When you lose not only Zarkovic, but you lose 2 starters. I mean, basically Holt was out and Zarkovic was out, and it's tough to lose 1/3 of your lineup and go smooth sailing.
And that one pumped long by Kirkner, way out.
So the fact that Hawaii went deuce in the first game, deuce in the second game, won the third, it shows that they have functional depth, as Billy Ferguson likes to call it.
Interesting how the functional depth has absolutely come into play for Hawaii here in this match as Faye sends it out.
You got to remember, that Hawaii's also deep at the opposite spot, too. That nice spot on the pregame show on Ryan Leung, who's chopping at the bit to get his shot at some point.
Here's Slot. Kanetake, that was perfect. Now Hartley. Oh, he went up the elevator shaft on that one. Great dig by Varney. And be an opportunity for Hawaii. Middle set, April. Pounds it home.
April had 2 blockers up on him. The ball was perfectly passed up to the net. He knows it's going to April, but still can stop him. He has great vision, does April. And he sees 2 blockers up on his right, so he cuts it back to his left. He has a wide fan the way he attacks.
13 kills, 17 swings, 0 errors for Taylor Averill. Kirkner coming flying from the back row, but it is Hartley. And Holt saying, oh, no, you don't. 15-9, Hawaii in the 4th. Hawaii up a half dozen in the 4th, down 2-1. We revisit the Kaiser Permanente keys to the match. Chris, how have these played out?
Well, SC has definitely been attacking Hawaii's youth. Henrik Moll got served. Scotty Hartley's gotten served. The 2 sophomores on the court. And for Hawaii, this set, I believe they've been successful and have a 6-point lead because their service has put a lot of pressure on the passers for USC. And a lot of the passes have been at the 10-foot line. And so Hawaii can line up their blocks much more easily.
Keeping Micah Christensen off of the net. The pass that time by Larry Tuileta. And it winds up as an Orenic kill. So Tuileta getting back out there for the 2nd time in this match, and he had a perfect service reception there. 3-time All-State outside hitter at Punahou. National Player of the Year as a senior. Was also a quarterback for the Buff and Blue, leading them to a state championship his senior year. Was a reserve walk-on QB for the USC football team this season. So he's out there, and now we also see Chris Lischke, one of the captains for SC, out for the first time. Davis Holt in the middle, that's dug up. Orenic off the block, one-hand diving save, Kanetake. Franciskovic on the 2nd touch, dumps it over. But that was made possible by the incredible effort of Kobe Kanetake.
This is one cool play right there. Left-handed lunging, diving play that goes all the way up to the net. It was almost like a perfect pass. Assist. Kobe Kanetake.
And Franciskovic deals an ace out of the deck. Hawaii is up 7 and blitzing the Trojans here through the middle portion of this 4th set.
2nd service ace of the night for Jennings to Franciskovic.
Tuileta with the pass. Christensen, the middle set, and that goes to Feathers. And from SC's perspective, it restores order for a moment, at least quieting the crowd. But it is a tall assignment right now for the Trojans to try to close it out here in the 4th. 11 serving 17. Alas, it is Micah Christensen back behind the end line.
And no lead is safe against the number 2 ranked SC Trojans, especially with Micah serving.
Tickles the tape, and it's an ace. As if he could hear every word we were saying. Comes up with a clutch serve, sure, fortunate.
The tough part about that play was when Micah serves at 65 miles an hour, you've got to basically play 2/3 deep into the court. And so when the ball hits the cable and it drops to the 10-foot line or the 3-foot line or whatever, it's a long ways to go to recover. Micah's second service ace of the night.
Sends it long. That one's 67 miles an hour. And so Hawaii still with that half-dozen point cushion with Scott Hartley behind the service line. Middle set, Feathers, blocked by Holt. And he caught it a couple of times. So a point for SC. Almost had that initial block. 13 serving 18. Chris Arenik with 18 kills to lead USC, hitting .519. He'll slap it into play. With the crowd making some noise. Pass by Fay. Right side, Sador. That is 19 kills now for Brooks Sador. That ties a season high.
And Sador's had a bit of a break in this particular set, not getting as many attempts. Used more as a decoy. And the other players have come through to give this Hawaii team this lead.
Now Hendrik Moll back on. His parents were beach volleyball players in Norway. In fact, his mom finished 9th at the '96 Olympics in Atlanta. Tuileta with a perfect pass. He's going to get the set on the outside, and it's a net violation called against Hawaii. So a point for USC.
I think it was on Taylor Averill.
And the deficit from the Trojans' vantage point trimmed down to a handful. Here's Feathers. Fay with the overpass, and Kirkner slams it down. Point USC, they're within 4. And you can feel the anxiety and nervousness here swirling through the Stan Sheriff Center.
I don't think Charlie Wade will let it get closer than 3, I'll tell you that. If Feathers happens to score another.
Pass by Hartley. Here's Sador. And he's got 20.
Averill used as a decoy there, giving Sador only one blocker, and Sador is going to win that battle about 90% of the time.
Good pass by Varney. Christensen goes right side. Kirkner off the block, and it's saved by Hartley. Middle set. Averill to the floor. 14 kills on 18 swings for Taylor Averill, still with 0 under the hitting error column.
He has been so steady all night long. He's really seen the block well, and Jennings Franciscovich is doing a great job of getting the ball high so he can work it around and even go over blocks if he has to.
Pass by Arenik. Christensen sets up. Kirkner goes cross court and wide. Oh, this Trojan team has not been able to find the traction here in the 4th set, Chris.
Well, they haven't. They got one timeout left. I'm surprised Billy Ferguson isn't using it. I think maybe he just wants to get on to the 5th. I don't know, but I would have used it at either 21 or 22-15. We'll see.
22 serving 15. Pass by Arenik. Here's Tuileta, blocked and roofed. Franciscovich and Averill denying access. 8-point lead for Hawaii, a 4-0 run.
What a block by Jennings that time. Got up high, reached over.
That one rattled around. It'll be Arenik from the back row. Chance for Hawaii. Averill blocked back. Now Fay off Christensen and out. Point for Hawaii.
Oh my goodness, what a play by Colby Kanataki. Running into dig that ball, pop it up, perfect pass. And Kupono Faye finishing the deal. Billy Ferguson choosing not to use his second timeout. Wants to get this set over with.
Faye finishing that deal. Sador hoping to finish this deal in set 4. Middle set, and it is pounded home by Chris Lischke just to postpone things at least for a moment. 6'8" senior from St. Louis, Missouri, with his 11th kill of the season.
Also a fab 50-year in high school, hitting .526 on the year. Supposedly their third middle blocker. He's also one of the captains.
It remains set point for Hawaii. Overpass by Hartley. So a freebie now for the Trojans. Middle set, it's Lischke blocked back. Bump set goes to Kirkner from the back row. Right there is Hartley. Franciskovic goes to Sador. Did it get above the net? No, it did not. Line judge called a touch, and there will now be a conversation with the up official, Bill Forrester. Did it get above the top of the tape? It looked like it got Tuileta's forearm. What'd you think, Chris?
Well, it looked to me like it got mostly cable, but you know, it's a tough call. Forrester's got the best view of it, the top official. He's got a better view, actually, than the lines person, because he's right there. You can see that.
I don't know.
That's a tough one. Maybe.
I mean, it definitely got a good chunk of the net.
Yep.
It looked like it may have gotten Tuileta's forearm.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. 25-17, Hawaii wins running away in set 4. So number 2 will play number 6 to a 5th. So the Rainbow Warriors, short-handed, missing their top offensive attacker in Siki Zarkovic, out with the ankle injury. They are able to fight back from a 2-0 deficit in this match. They win 25-23 in the third. They win big in the fourth, Chris, and they force a 5th set. The momentum, certainly you would expect to be on Hawaii's side, but as we have seen so many times in the game of volleyball, momentum going into a 5th set doesn't necessarily matter.
Yeah, you're right. What matters is you get off to a good early start.
Yeah.
You play well in the middle, and you learn how to finish. Keep your serves in, put the pressure on, and I'll tell you something. We've been playing 2.5 hours. But do not go to the bathroom now. This will take about 11 minutes to get this 5th set over.
Yeah, now's the time to make sure that you're comfy on the couch there if you're watching television. Don't turn away too often. 18 kills for Chris Arenik to lead the way for USC. He's hitting a fat 500. 16 kills for Josh Kirkner. Hawaii being led by Brooks Sador, season-high 20 kills. He's hitting .469. How about Taylor Averill? 14 kills on 19 swings, no errors, hitting .737. For the match, Hawaii actually out-hitting the Trojans percentage-wise, .427 to .417. The way you break all those numbers down, basically, this has been a high-level volleyball competition.
It really has been. And SC normally holds their opponents to a 160 average. So for Hawaii to be hitting .427 is pretty amazing.
Sans Zarkovic, particularly.
Exactly. You know, so to do this without 2 starters shows their depth. I think shows their resolve. I think it shows that they are a team to be reckoned with week in and week out in the MPSF, no matter who they put on the floor.
You saw some of the numbers, attempts, kills, dead even. I mean, this is about as closely contested a statistical match as you will often see.
Another interesting stat that just popped up is the fact that Hawaii normally has Brooks Sador leading him with aces, and maybe 1 or 2 other guys might get an ace. Hawaii has 6 different players who've gotten aces tonight. They know they have to get the job done in different ways to beat this SC team, and so they've got to bring all their game to the table.
And look who's out there to serve to get this 5th set started. Larry Tuileta out of Punahou.
So he's playing for Alex Slot. Slot wasn't playing poorly, by the way. 10 kills, hitting 300.
Pass by Hartley, middle set, Averill, and he misses wide. His first hitting error of the match, and it comes on the opening point of set 5.
And that was a high percentage play right there. Perfect pass. Go to your guy who's hitting 700.
Tuileta, a little power behind that one. His former teammate Kupono Fei with the pass, and Sador on the opposite end, able to go off the block and out. So 1 serving 1, and now we will wait for Brooke Sador. Tuileta handles it with 2 hands. It's Kirkner from the right side, dug up by Sador. Here's Fei, blocked, solo style by cousin Micah Christensen.
That was a big-time block by Micah. I thought Kupono took a pretty good swing at this. He tried to get around him, but Micah penetrated high and over.
So 2 serving 1. Hartley with a 2-handed pass. Here's Averill. Dug up off the shoulder of Lischke back over the net. Averill a second time. Tuileta there. It's Kirkner. Blocked and roof. Fei and Averill putting up the wall.
Yeah, this 5th set going a very interesting way. Taylor Averill 0 for 3 in attacks, but he's in on that block right there with Kupono Fei, but 0 for 3 in attacks. You would think that a guy who hasn't made a mistake all night would be getting some more kills.
Pass by Tuileta. Arenik over the block and down. So
Hawaii doing a little switch, what they call switch blocking there. They put Taylor Averill on the outside, put Franciskovic in the middle. Looked like no, he was. He ran past him.
So here's Micah Christensen to serve. He's actually going to host the SC team at his parents' house in Hawaii Kai tomorrow in the off day between these 2 matches. And he sends a laser beam beyond the end line for a Hawaii point.
His ball travels so fast. He's right near the 70-mile-an-hour mark every time.
That one didn't even register on the radar gun reader that we have here on this end of the floor. I don't know, maybe it was a little too hot to read. Who knows? Here's Arenik. Took something off. That was a nifty shot there by Chris Arenik.
It really was. Yeah, he's the one that Bill Ferguson calls, he's our Julian Edelman. He's quiet. He's a great teammate. Comes up with big plays like that. That was a solid little cutback shot. Very effective. You know, he's a beach player. That's kind of like a beach shot there, a little cutback.
Yeah, I don't know. 20 kills, 30 attempts, 533. He's looking more like Calvin Johnson than Julian Edelman right now. Pass by Kanetake, tight to the net, pushed over on the second touch by Franciskovic, and overpass, Holt, little pinball action, dug up by Varney. And from the outside, well, it doesn't matter on the swing by Kirkner, it's a net violation called against Hawaii. That was a back and forth peppering volley. You don't often see in the men's game, but it's a point for the Trojans.
Looked a little bit like ping pong there for a while.
Long breath by Arenik. Here it comes. Fei with the 2-handed pass. Outside, it goes to Hartley, flying in. Blocked, goes off the block and out for a Hawaii point. So another kill for Scott Hartley. And Franciskovic back to serve. Just long. How about the decision by Brooks Varney to duck underneath that one?
So he's a solid libero. It's like Bill Ferguson calls him his coach on the floor. Played for Ferguson for 7 years.
Served by Feathers. Here comes Hartley. Oh, he got up on springs. Went second level in the stratosphere on that one.
Great set from Franciskovic right there. Hartley's got one-on-one down the line against Tuileta.
Imagine Scott Hartley enjoying this in a dramatic 5th set against the #2 team in the country. Right side, and Kirkner misses the court wide. It's a point for Hawaii, and we're tied at 6.
A rare error from Kirkner. Only his 5th error in 32 swings.
Hartley tickles the tape. Chasing down the second touch was Christensen. It's going to be a free ball for Hawaii. Kanetake the pass. Franciskovic to Sador. Diving save by Orenik. Christensen will take the swing. That's dug up by Kanetake. Hartley from the back row.
Scott Hartley is bringing all his game tonight. He's channeling Siki Zarkovic, don't you think?
What an effort being put forth by these Rainbow Warriors. Up 1 in the 5th. And Hartley that time pumps it into the twine. He reared back a little bit extra on that one.
Yeah, a little bit too much adrenaline there. That's where I need to kind of take another breath and calm down, keep the next play in, because SC was reeling after that last play.
And they have Kirkner, who has served very tough here tonight. Hartley handles the pass. Here's Fay over a double block, tapped over by Holt, and the swing by Christensen. Was that left-handed?
It was.
Well, some of the crowd here at the San Sheriff Center in awe. Welcome back. We join in action. Missed a point. It was Kirkner serving out of that break, and he missed it wide. So 8 serving 8. Hendrik Mole with the serve. And it is Orenik from the back row. A scramble play by the Trojans, and they're able to make it work.
But even when Hawaii brings a tough serve there and forces SC into an out-of-system play, Orenik just delivers out of the back row. Great swing by Christopher Orenik.
And here is Tuileta to serve. The true freshman. Sador off the block, one-handed in the air by Varney. Tuileta the second touch, and Christensen will send a free ball Hawaii's way. Franciskovic, right side. Sador over a double block. Tuileta with the dig. Orenik over the block. Hartley, perhaps an out ball, but he digs it in the air. Now Sador again off the block. What a rally here. Christensen going outside to Orenik. And that did not get above the tape. That is a point for Hawaii, and we're tied at 9. This is good stuff.
There's some great volleyball. Terrific digs in the back rows and quality swings by the attackers. And the fans are, I think, wouldn't you agree, are getting their money's worth.
Hey, we're playing to a 5th. They're getting extra for the price of admission here tonight. And it is the always dangerous Sador behind the end line. 9 serving 9 in the 5th. Pass by Varney. Bump set Christensen to Orenik against the double block. He's roofed.
See, once again, Micah Christensen was pulled off the net and had to set that ball from the 15-foot line. Hence Hawaii's block to get set up.
Timeout USC. Hawaii up 1. People still abuzz about this play by Micah Christensen, the setter. That is a left-handed swing, folks. He's not a left-hander.
That was pretty amazing. That shows why he is one of the best setters in the world. He's got that versatility. Yet
it is Hawaii up 1 out of the timeout, and a well-executed timeout if you're Bill Ferguson. As Brooks Sador sends it into the net, and we're tied at 10. Bill Ferguson, who compares Micah Christensen to Tom Brady, compared Chris Orenik to Julian Edelman, so I guess that makes Bill Ferguson Bill Belichick, because Everybody seems to be a member of the Patriots here. Here's Taylor Averill. And he gets the point and the side back for Hawaii here in the 5th. So if you're just joining us, USC winning the first 2 sets, tightly contested sets. Hawaii winning set 3, 25-23, and then ran away in the 4th, 25-17, and here up 1 in the 5th. Without Siki Zarkovic, their top hitter, out with an ankle injury tonight. Outside it goes to Arenik against a solo block, dug up by Faye. Here's Sador from the back row, didn't get a good run up on it. Save to Ileta, Arenik on the outside, and he sends a laser beam to the floor.
Arenik has been so clutch in so many plays, especially the broken plays. He's hitting the high balls, the out-of-system swings, 22 kills. Impressive performance by Christopher Arenik out of Miracosta. High school All-American, Fab 50 player, great beach player.
Here's Micah. Pass Kanetake. Middle set, Averill!
Averill had 3 turf players up that time and still got around, through, or over them.
16 kills for Taylor Averill, hitting .625, and he retreats back to serve.
It's a part of his game he's really worked hard on in the offseason.
Pass by Arenik. He'll get the set on the right side. And he finds the end line. It's a net violation against Hawaii anyway. And so guess what? We're tied again. This is the 10th tie of this 5th set.
Arenik got under that set a little bit, got there early, and still managed to take an incredible swing at that ball.
22, make that 23 kills for Chris Arenik, who now serves. Amid the noise, overpass by Faye, touched down by Franciskovic. Well, he made something out of what looked for a moment like it would be a devastating play from Hawaii's standpoint.
I thought it was going to be an overpass. He intercepts it before it goes over and taps it to the right corner.
And he will now serve 13 serving 12. Good pass to Ileta. Right side, Kirkner. Did that hit the antenna? Yes, it did. It's a point for Hawaii.
And Bill Ferguson nods, yes, it was. It was the right call. Classy move by Coach Ferguson.
Aloha ball for the match when we come back. Last play hit the antenna on the swing, so it is a point for Hawaii, and here it is. 14 serving 12. Aloha ball. Franciskovic sends it into the net. So a point for the Trojans. It's 13 serving 14. Still Aloha ball, and a timeout signaled by the Rainbow Warriors.
Well, Charlie Wayne wants to get his troops settled down, get them fired up for this next point. Make sure this next play that he calls in the huddle will be the right one. He's got Brooks Sador on the left. It's likely that's where the ball will go, but Taylor Averill is on the bench. It means he's got Davis Holt up front in the middle.
Bill Ferguson thinking there's something about these Hawaii trips. There's just something about when we play in this building. And he talked about it in a great article by Stephen Sine, the Honolulu Star Advertiser, about the effects of this building, the effects of this crowd, very knowledgeable volleyball crowd here at the Stan Sheriff Center for both women and men.
But, you know, most coaches talk about the negative effects of a crowd. You know, the nasty students that get drunk and say nasty things about the players and stuff like that. But in this crowd, it's a different kind of effect that Hawaii fans have. Because they're just knowledgeable, and there's a lot of them all the time.
Yeah.
And it makes a difference with the numbers.
It is a supreme respect for the game that is experienced by any opposition that comes in to play the home team.
And they cheer great plays on both sides.
Yeah.
Here comes a big serve by Robert Feathers, one of their better servers.
USC 7-0 on the year. Aloha ball as the crowd stands.
Watch for it to go to Sador is my guess.
Here it is. Pass Faye. Outside, Sador. Dug up by Orenik. Tuileta will get a swing, and he puts it down off of Kanetake. What a clutch play by the freshman, Tuileta.
I thought that ball was going out, and I think Colby wishes he could have that one back again.
14, serving 14. We're going to play extras in the 5th. And it's a serve into the net. Charlie Wade getting a warning as he ran all the way out to Hartley's position behind the service line.
Both coaches.
All bets are off at this point. Here is Scott Hartley. Seldom used Scott Hartley. On aloha ball again for Hawaii. Orenik the pass. Kirkner puts it down and we play on.
You know, once again, USC was forced off the net on that. Micah Christensen had to come back to the 15-foot line to give Kirkner that set, and Kirkner came through. Credit the Trojans for, on the broken plays, out-of-system plays, they're playing some good volleyball.
61 assists, if you're counting, for Micah Christensen. 51 for Jennings Franciscovich. The setters playing it up tonight. And here is Kirkner to serve. Tickles the tape, the pass by Hartley. Franciscovich goes right side. Sador against the double block. Was there a touch? No touch. Point for USC. And it is now the Trojans with aloha ball in the 5th. And a timeout signaled by Charlie Wade. So USC up 16-15 here in the 5th. And what are you expecting here as the discussion in these two huddles?
Well, I'll tell you right now, Billy Ferguson is saying to himself, we're pretty lucky to be here. Hawaii was up 14-12, and we've come all the way back to go up to 16-15. So he's got to be happy about that. First thing he's telling his players is they got to keep the serve in. To give themselves a chance, number one. Number two, Hawaii has got to be talking about, okay, so now where's the next set going to go? You got Brooks Sador on the right. He just hit that one out. Taylor Averill, you notice, has been on the bench this whole time. So I think, a good pass. I think the Sador will be tried again. I think the play call would go to him. But I wouldn't be surprised if it went to Davis Holt in the middle on a good pass.
The Trojans trying to remain blemish-free in this 2015 season and stay alone atop the MPSF standings.
You know, the other possibility is they go to Kapono Fay on the left side here. That might be a possibility. But it'll be interesting to see what this how this turns out and how this timeout evolves. SC from the serving standpoint, and how are they going to block? Who are they going to guess where the ball's going to go to? I think they'll guess it'll go to Sador. And who will Hawaii set here on a good pass? I think they'll go to Kapono Fay.
Hawaii just one loss on its home floor this season. That was against UC Irvine. They atoned for that loss somewhat last week Friday on the road. Here's Kirkner. Aloha ball for the match in the 5th. Into the net, and we play yet some more volleyball at the Stan Sheriff Center.
Now, good news for Hawaii is that Taylor Averill rotates back into the front row. Davis Holt with the jump float here.
Pass Orenik. It's going to be Kirkner from the back row. Kirkner has been unstoppable here in the latter moments of this 5th set.
That was a huge swing by Kirkner. 19 kills on 35 swings. None bigger than that swing right there.
And it is Punahou product. Tuileta to serve. Sends it long. So USC with a couple of aloha point opportunities and service errors doing them in and allowing Hawaii to extend the match.
Now Hawaii's top server has his chance to make his mark.
Tuileta, nice pass. Outside, Orenik over the block, kept alive by Kanetake. Franciskovic to Sador, through the block and down. Point Hawaii.
And so for the 4th time, Hawaii gets a match point.
And they rise again here at the house that Stan built. For the match, Orenik, and this goes on some more. This is incredible.
Christopher Orenik, who's led them all night long, comes up with kill number 25.
Now Lischke slaps it over. Hartley, ooh, tough two-handed pass. So it's Kanetake setting up Faye, the dink, diving save Kirkner. A swing by Averill, and it's a kill and a point for Hawaii. They dodged a bullet on that one.
They sure did. And there's Jeff Hall. He's pretty happy. He's recruited all these players on the Hawaii team. This is Hawaii's 5th match point. SC, I believe, has had 1.
Kupono Faye. Orenik the pass. Kirkner blocked. Kept alive by Varney. Christensen goes middle to Feathers. Blocked. And Roof. It's over.
And that is a play that's worked all year long. Christensen to Robert Feathers behind a back quick. And Taylor Averill has watched that tape I don't know how many times. He knew it was coming.
And after a 5-set thriller here at the Stan Sheriff Center, second-ranked USC is blemish-free no more. The Rainbow Warriors, without their top offensive hitter, Insiki Zarkovic missing this one with an ankle injury, they upend the vaunted USC Trojans. Chris, wow.
I think that's a good way to describe it. Wow. You know, Hawaii, almost 3 hours ago, started without 2 of their regular players, Zarkovic and Davis Holt. So they had to go in with almost like one hand tied behind their back, except that they've got that functional depth.
Yeah.
And so key players came in. Henrik Moll came in and played okay, and Zach Radner played all right. You know, they didn't play poorly, but the other players, Scott Hartley and Davis Holt, came in and restored some more consistency to the lineup, and that's how Hawaii made that comeback. What a comeback. One of the best we've seen here in the Stan Sheriff Center in a long time.
Credit Davis Holt playing through the pain, coming back in and playing those last 3 sets proved to be a pivotal move by Charlie Wade. But again, Brooks Sador, season high 22 kills. Hawaii hits 394 for the match. USC 395. Just an exceptionally played bit of volleyball here tonight at the Stan Sheriff Center. Scott Robbs has Charlie Wade. Scott.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Coach, that was fun.
Yeah, that was a hell of a match. A lot of fun. Great environment. Really appreciate the fans coming out here. And how about our guys? We started 4 sophomores in the match. Just battle. We're hitting over 400 through 3 sets, you know, and we're deuce, and the guys just kept battling, kept fighting away, bringing new guys in, and just couldn't be more proud of how hard they worked. And really got to go hats off to the staff and to our trainer. You know, we had a tough week this week, a couple ankles, a couple cases of flu, a surgery. Guys just were dropping like flies when at the start of the week, but everybody stuck together and really was a great team win for us.
You know, Charlie, I remember you telling me a number of times, it doesn't mean anything if you have depth if you don't use it. Tonight we saw your depth.
Yeah, we went pretty deep there, you know. Hendrick, God, he's been playing so great in practice. He just looked a little tight to start the match, but Scotty came in. You got to love that guy. 5th-year senior, worked as a goalie off the whole time and really got a chance to help us get a big win tonight.
What's the status on Siki? Will he be available Friday?
Well, it's kind of day-to-day right now, so you know, again, our trainer's working double and triple time on trying to get him back. And obviously he's, you know, a big reason why we've been good. You know, he's a great player for us, so, you know, we'll see.
Last question. Can you top this Friday?
Well, we don't need to go the deuce in the fifth, but we know that we got a lot to get better at. We know we can play at a high level. We can hit for a good percentage. Defensively, we're still kind of work in progress. And Jennings still has his moments too. Even the offense starts to struggle. So we can definitely get better. And again, I can't say how much I appreciate the fans coming out. This was awesome.
Enjoy it. Congratulations.
Thank you, Scott.
All right, back over to you guys.
Hey, thanks a lot, Scott. A pumped-up Charlie Wade for very good reason tonight. That was epic here at the Stan Sheriff Center. All right, the Bank of Hawaii players of the match. Chris Arenik, 24 kills, hitting .462, also had 8 digs. And we're going to tip the hat to Jennings Franciscovich for Hawaii. 52 assists. He also had a lot of those dump shots that worked in Hawaii's favor. A couple of aces, but it should be noted again, Sador with a season-high 22 kills. Taylor Averill hitting .640, 17 kills. But this was a true team effort by this Rainbow Warrior club, Chris.
It really was, and you could tell even all the players on the bench, all 19 guys or whatever, they were really into the match, whether they were playing or not. They were behind the guys that were on the court, and that's a sign of a great team when you can support each other even when you're not playing. And Scott Hartley came in. Wow, what a story that was. 50-year senior, hasn't seen much playing time. He's battled, and tonight it was his night.
Yeah, the former, maybe still current Abercrombie & Fitch door greeter / model. Well, he painted a very pretty picture, certainly, for Hawaii in this match. What does this say for the Rainbow Warriors as they improve to 7-2, now 4-1 in the MPSF? They deliver USC its first loss of the season. What does this say about this team, the way they were able to grind it out? Sure, the depth, but just emotionally to be able to hang in there down 2-0.
Well, I think it says a couple of things. Number one, I think it says that this team can come from an 0-2 deficit and come back. They haven't done that this year. Huge accomplishment. Number two, I think it says that when they can beat the number 2 team in the country, that means they can play with anybody, including the number 1 team in the country, Loyola of Chicago. And on any given night, I think it also says that any MPSF team can beat another.
Oh, yeah.
So you better bring your game every night, because this is one tough league.
Yeah, that's nothing new. I think another thing that this is a statement of is, hey, this Rainbow Warrior team is worth coming down to the Stan Sheriff Center to watch in action. They're worth the price of admission, as Pops would say.
Yeah, no question. They're definitely worth the price of admission. They're a fun-loving group. They work hard. They all get along great. They're doing well in the classroom now as well. And so hopefully that good times will continue ahead for this Rainbow Warrior team. I think a lot of that Irvine win they had on Friday night on the road, I think that really made a statement for the year, because they were really going on tough times, losing 6 straight sets to Irvine over the period of a month, and then all of a sudden coming out and winning 3-1. That was astonishing. And they played without Davis Holt, and Zarkovich kind of played on one leg that night.
Yeah. So
I think that's when they first started to realize, hey, we got something going on here. We got some courage. We got some creativity. We got a pretty good coaching staff that knows what they're doing, and they got good stuff going on. And it's fun to watch.
Micah Christensen's family will host the USC Trojans at their house in Hawaii Kai for a dinner between matches tomorrow night. But that's the best part. After an epic showdown tonight, they're going to do it again on Friday, and we're going to have it right here on OC Sports.
Yeah, and you got to give credit to SC. They played a great match, to be sure. And I guarantee you they'll be coming out on Friday night with all guns a-blazing.
That was fun, partner.
That was a great night.
Appreciate it. For Chris McLaughlin, I'm Kanoa Leahy. Don't forget about the post-game show, everybody. Hawaii wins an epic marathon in 5. It's going to be a fun post-game show. We'll see you next time. Aloha.